Okay, today we're gonna be doing a little talking about some history in watches, or my history, so to speak. If you saw the thumbnail, we're gonna be talking about like strategies on collecting, whether you want like affordable stuff, mid-range, or luxury, or actually both. Now, there you go. Thank you so much. Hey, Ramon, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, wrist check. Thank you for that. So we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. I have on a nomadic Mirai, the one and only. I know there were many of these made, but this one is mine. All right, specifically, I bought this for Peter and the team, and I absolutely dig this watch. Hold up. Mm, mm. Excuse me. So yeah, we gonna get into it, man. So let's kick off, man. I got a number of watches here on the table. I got some watches next to me. I got a couple of props here, or examples. I'm not gonna call it props. Here, some examples. So today's show is gonna be talking basically about strategies from my perspective, right? Not a professional watch collector, not a professional anything. Just a regular guy that happens to have a YouTube channel that talks about watches, lifestyle, people. That's the most important thing is the people. Without the people, the watches just be sitting there. Somebody come up with the idea of making a watch and then it doesn't fly. It's just sitting there. Dwight, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, so I'm possibly going to go through a watch that you either own or a company that you have in your collection, something that you aspire to have, or what have you, something of the sorts. So I want to read something to you. Actually, hold on. I want to ask you guys this. Since you've been collecting watches and since you've been on YouTube, you've heard so many different terms about like different parts of a watch, the luxury versus mid-tier versus independent, web-based, micro brands, independents, things of that nature. But I want to know this. Before YouTube, let's say this, before YouTube, did you know what horology was? Did you know the definition? Did you even know that that word existed? Or was it like, hey, I just like watches? And I'm gonna tell the truth on myself. The word horology didn't mean anything to me until I started surfing these YouTube streets. So I want to read something to you. Definition, right? Wrote this down. Horology is the scientific study of time and the art of making instruments that indicate time. It involves design, constructing, maintaining, repairing clocks, watches, and other timepieces. Horology is a specialized field that combines both technical and artistic aspects. How many people knew that? And that's okay. You don't have to say it down in the chat. Where you sit, you know if you knew that or not. So I just wanted to say that because it was one, like, part of this definition of horology, just really the art of making instruments, right? Something that, device that records an element that we have no control over, but we run out of on a regular basis. Even in your day to day, think about what you didn't get done yesterday. Like, crap, I got to do that today or next week, or like right now, I'm in the process of selling a house. And sucky thing is having a job, having a life that the life that I live, and then trying to get it done. And my house isn't in this state, so that, my friend, is the challenge. It's a kicker. So I don't have time for anything else. Java, man, gotta love it. So, also wanted to. I got a couple of notes here. I have right here on the table that's going to keep us on track because y'all know. Once I get started, sometimes I'm just gone. And then let me jump into the chat real quick. Let's see who's here this morning. We got Jay Jones. We got, DK is in the building. Oh, y'all, hide your watches, man. Lee is here. My man Dwight is here. Thank you guys for being up this morning. Free watch and restaurant advertising. Hey, man, look, they haven't got back with me, man. Only time I think I'm going to get some freeness is during my birthday. Let me see. Hold up. I think DK said something. Let me get back to your comment, sir. At the gym, looks like I'm P10 for the Army today, so it's cool, bro. Take it easy, I got you. Alright, bro, get it in. Because I'm actually P10 right after this show. Oh. Where are my manners? Today's episode, man. I want to give a special shout out to Kokomo Watch Company, Palmer Jewelers, as well as Trifecta Watches, man. Huge supporters of the channel, and they're amazing people. Outside of them just being dope, they do have options for you guys, man. So let's start with Kokomo, right? We're talking about horology. Kokomo is a spot where they not only build watches, they service, they warranty, they do warranty work for companies that you guys know about. They have a lot of features there, right? It's like a hidden gem. It's a hidden secret, but you guys, it's not a secret because if you're here, you know about it. And it's as easy as reaching out to them, calling Kokomo, sending your watch out, let them know that I sent you over there. They were featured on PBS. Shout out to PBS, man, for even going there. And from what I was told, they discovered Kokomo through an episode I did with them, which, man, was like, it's a blessing to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's crazy. You don't get those type of accolades sometimes, man, when you're doing this. Then Trifecta, man. Trifecta's down in the description. I actually have a couple of companies down in the description of places that I'll refer you to. Like Venezianico is one, right? I met the team over there, really nice. I mean, they make some nice watches. But let's get back into today's topic because I wanna know what you guys think about what I'm about to lay on y'all. I asked ChatGPT, a question this morning. I said, what is the best strategy to collect affordable and luxury watches? And this is what Chat came up with. Number one. So you guys see, I have my secondary device. Define your goals. Are you collecting for investment, passion, heritage, or fashion? Do you want a diverse collection, chronographs, dive watches, dress watches, or specific type? Examples, vintage or tool watches. All right, we're gonna stop right there. I don't want to go any further. I want you guys to, Trap was able to get that Seiko land shark. Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. And I'm going to be jumping back and forth in it because I do not want to leave Chat out today. Wrist check, leg check, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Got my son on deck. We're gonna be talking about him here in a second, man. Towards like when we start landing this plane, if you guys are still here, I have an announcement to make. Good morning, Hannibal. What's happening? We're in the vintage Casio model DW9052. Salute to you. Got the Casio, man. That's I got a beast on. Hey, look. Somebody called this the what was it? The COVID germ. Yeah, they called this COVID. AKA Unicron, AKA Devastator, AKA Angry Tennis Ball. Coming at you. But again, we'll get into all that, man. I'm going to be naming out. I'm going to be calling out some shows and different stuff. Some stuff that actually inspired me to actually do this episode. Because I think this episode is important. Honestly, I really think this one is important. So let's get back to Chat. And I'm going to give you guys, let me see, back on my feet. I had surgery Monday. Oh, wow. Well, blessings for you being back up on your feet, man. You're resilient. You're an Autobot. Can't keep a good man down. All right. Watchman 54 is in the building. AKA don't let me catch you outside with it. God, dog. Y'all see what I'm talking about? This man always, man, violence, man. You woke up with violence this morning. Good night. Okay, so let's get back to Chat. Because see, what I'm doing is I'm going to read what Chat says, and then I'm going to give you some examples of what I did, because I can only go off of my experience with and the strategies that I had, or the lack thereof, because I didn't have a strategy when I was collecting. I just didn't. I was just going for I was going for it. Now I do have a watch that, and we're talking Casio. Hold on for a second. We're talking Casio. I'm sure I brought my Casio out with me. I am positive. Oh yeah, here we go. I must forgot. And we, of course, you guys know that I am going to be touching on some Invicta today as well. All right. Let's get into it. Trap wearing the S1 Rally Yakuza with the gold dragon dial. Okay. Got your 6. Thank you. I'll call that Eclipse watch. Can't look at it with the naked eye. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Like, hey. All right, so chat says define your goals. Are you collecting for investment, passion, heritage, or fashion? Right. Let's deal with that, right? Like the first person that come to mind, are you collecting for investment, passion, heritage, or fashion? This is where I'm going to give you my example of Invicta, right? That right there, this was actually given to me, but this watch reminds me of my start with just loving collecting. I fell in love with collecting. Just fell in love with it, and I have to give a testament to the Ryan Johnsons of the world, Jay-Z, not the rapper, and the whole team that was over at Shop HQ. They made these things come to life. Tim Temple, they really like solidified that love, that hunger for collecting, because you'll see something like this. They'll tell you, all right, what the sub dials do. They'll tell you about the crystal. They'll tell you about the size, the wearability. Every once in a while, they'll go into the heritage of it, because Invicta was founded, according to them, in 1837. And from there's been a lot of things that Invicta's done, right? Invicta was actually present in World War II. There are people that wore Invicta pieces into battle, right? Those things aren't talked about as much, but they do have heritage. Now, granted, coming into the future, right? Invicta was known for Swiss-made pieces back in like from 99 through 2014. They were utilizing Swiss movements, but they were, I guess, I don't know if they had a factory over there. I didn't dig too deep into that, man, but that is something I think is fun too, or interesting, is going into the history, if you can find that information. But this reminds me of my man Tony Woe, right? So Tony, he's a rapper, he's an author, he's a life coach. He just had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday again, sir. When he's on stage, he got his kicks, he got whatever outfit he got on, you know what I'm saying? Because he is pure, the epitome of hip-hop. He loves hip-hop. And then he has one of these straps to his wrist. And he's not idolizing the watch so much, but it just completes the whole ambiance of who he is, man. And he likes the way these watches are. He likes the massiveness, the mass appeal of it, the colorways, right? And then seeing that Invicta had history, right? He's not a movement guy. He don't care less. He don't care if it's automatic, quartz, mechanical. He's gonna wear that thing. If the battery dies, if you can get it fixed, he'll get a battery change. If not, he's going to wear the watch, right? So that is somebody that appreciates that style. So you can say he's wearing it for fashion and just to have. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a fan of Invicta or not, it's still a status symbol, because amongst the Invicta collectors, depending on how you curate your collection, will determine the tier of collector you are within that community. That's in every watch. Tell me I'm wrong. So if you got into Casio, right? If you got into Casio, we're gonna go into this right here. Look at that. Get it loaded. That right there. Outside of Rolex, man, dude, I was looking at how many, man, these things sell in the millions upon millions upon millions. So many people buy these watches, man, but like there are levels to this, right? There's some people that have this, but then they have your Mudmans, Mud Masters, and then your MTGs. Like, it just gets crazy, right? And that just determines what type of person you are as a collector, how dedicated you are, especially if you can start rattling off the model numbers. That means that you are so far into it. And some may consider that person crazy. No, you just love what you love, man. I don't look at it as you being a nut. And at one point I was like, man, these people can post it, man. God, dog, who knows all the model numbers, man? Case in point, I was actually impressed with Nico Leonard. There's certain model numbers of certain watches that he could just rattle off. But then he does have pride and opinion, so he's around this stuff every day. So, but still, it's still impressive, and it just shows that, he's in the field. Whether you love or hate, and I'm not here to debate whether the channel's good or if it's good content. I'm just saying, as a watch collector, connoisseur, professional, whatever you want to call himself, you can't deny that dedication to this. So as far as a collector is concerned, like I would say with him, he has a passion for heritage because he talks about, like the history of these watches and things of that nature. Now, do you want a diverse collection of chronographs? That's the other thing too, is as I was collecting Invicta, I started gravitating towards pro divers. They have so many different watches in there, but then if you think about what is a pro diver, where did that visual actually come from? In the Submariner, the Rolex Submariner. So, in all essence, I have a fixation or an appreciation for the Rolex Submariner and the Yachtmaster. I think those are amazing watches. I mean, even though you have to give credit for Invicta for creating such a fad, that's one thing that's undeniable. One thing that is undeniable is the legacy of Invicta, right? And what they have accomplished, period, right? And I said I didn't have a strategy. I didn't. I was like, I looked at watches and I was just enamored with it, and I'm like, okay, I can afford it, I bought it. But they had the value pays. I'm like, okay, so the watch is $200 to $300. I could pay $24 for a month till whatever, right? It's no different than people putting their watches on credit cards, and you got to pay the credit card off, right? So I just got 6 months to get it done, and my strategy was basically, I see it, I want it, I buy it, right? Famous words of collector, and that was the gist of it. My strategy to watch collecting didn't change until maybe 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, and in some sense, what's the word I'm looking for? In certain situations, I'm glad that Invicta actually took a nosedive. I really do, because I was so enamored with collecting and being a part of community. That was the best part about it, was being a part of community. That's why if you look at my description of my overall channel, man, yeah, we could talk watches all day. We could talk. I'm getting the chat, y'all. I'm getting the chat. See y'all talking. We could talk watches all day, man. But the people are making, like we got people like Lee, right? We joke and laugh and stuff like that, but Lee adds a certain thing to doing YouTube, right? Like, oh, here come Lee, man. You hide your watches. I think it's fun, And then we got Hio Silver. I don't know if he's in here or not, but there's so many aspects, man, and I wouldn't be who I am today without some of you guys, some of the collectors. Of course, Tony Wold, man, because he's the one that inspired me to actually do this in the first place. Let's see. I collect for legacy and accomplishments. Ooh, Hannibal. Okay, bet. I can work with that. You collect for legacy and accomplishments. So what does that look like, Hannibal? Because I'm gonna tell you something, and I want to throw a channel out there to you guys called Super Niche. Two brothers that sit on opposite sides of the room, and they talk about like the history of watches, the culture. They give you pointers on how to get certain watches. I was just watching them this morning, and they were talking about how you can get a Patek, ways of getting a Patek, right? And let's just talk to this thing. I saw a Patek an annual calendar. It's an older model. It was, what, 2017 or something like that. And it was $41,000, right? So I say that. And there's some of you guys in the chat right now that your base, you're not going to spend over $400 for a watch, period. That's it. That, like, and I've talked to some of you guys, you're like, hey, 500 is stretching it, but four, that's it. That's like my, you know, that's my it level. And it has to be something very special to spend $500. But keep this in mind. I think each one of us aspire to have a luxury piece at one point. And you can argue it. You can say that's not true. Like, nah, I'm cool with the level. I'm cool with my Casio. I'm cool with this. Are you, though? Let's be honest. Because I think it comes down to a matter of money. It comes down to a matter of disposable income. You think about this. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you something. Because I know Ball, right? I wear this watch, actually. I'm changing the strap out. I'm getting rubber straps for this. This Ball literally was one of the more expensive watches that I've ever purchased. You know, because keep in mind, I was rocking these right here. I was rocking Invicta, my most expensive Invicta, before I jumped into micro brands and started getting to, you know, some of the well-known brands. $400? No. I did spend $700 on an Invicta before with the what is it, a Solita 500 or whatever, no, Etta movement. But yeah, I've spent a decent amount on an Invicta piece, but for the most part, on average, I'm spending about $250 was my average on Invicta pieces. And pro divers, man, like a pro diver costs you about $110, $130, somewhere around there, you know, for NH35, robust movement. But like, I wouldn't spend that much money. But had I had disposable income for, let's say, if I had $50,000 disposable income, now we're talking something different. Now we're talking, yeah, we can, you know, and because I like collecting multiple watches, now let's get into some strategy real quick. Because let's see what, hold on, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to stay on hard with what I got. The budgeting and tiering strategy. That was next, what chat was saying, right? Affordable, entry-level micro brands, Japanese brands, price range $50 to $1,000. Great for daily wear. Experimenting with styles, right? So my strategy actually changed once Invicta started taking a nosedive. I looked at all the watches that I collected. I said, man, it's a lot. So I took a huge portion of my watches, sold them, gave the money, and I didn't spend on another watch. I gave that money over to cancer research. But once I got my watch collection down to a level, I'm like, okay, where do I go from here? I like dive watches. So my watch collecting is heavy with divers, right? But then I love aviator watches. Hence Hamilton, new strap, the Hamilton piece, right? I absolutely dig this watch. I think it's a phenomenal watch. It's huge. Yes, it is big, but like that fits me. It fits what I want out of it, you know. And then the whole Hamilton name, the Hamilton brand. I understand it's not American made anymore, but it's still a Hamilton, man. It's a trusted source, man. And I said this on a previous episode. We can't deny that we are fond of brands. We're brand ambassadors. I don't care if you go to Walmart and you wear a t-shirt. Like, I remember back in the day, people would have their cool cigarettes on their shirt, whether they smoked or not. But, you know, that was just something nostalgic. I've seen it. E.T., Gizmo. I've seen all, like, we are, like, enamored with branding. So you can't deny it. So, yes, Hamilton's name by itself, that's all I need to do. And whatever the price they were asking, that's what it is. Which comes to, and I want to say this, if you are one of those that say, I don't want to spend over $500, but again, if you had the money, if you had disposable income, now granted, you may buy a car, you may buy like some expensive cigars, pens. Speaking of which, don't forget to go visit Trifecta. I believe that those of you that's in the chat that's never spent over, or you don't want to spend over $1,000 or over $500, there has to be a watch that you would buy if you had the money. Let's be honest. I want to see what the chat's talking about. Luciano, never say never. Watch out. Lee ain't playing games. Whose last name ends with a vowel. Lee better be careful, because it's like, if he likes me, rather be judged by 12 and not cared by 6. Oh my gosh. Blissful Ignorance is in the building. What's going on, bro? Just dropped by to say hi. Skylar's in the building. Thanks for stopping by, bro.
So what did you say?
Master in Chief, and I'm telling you, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see how good. Good morning. Do you have any tank style watches in your collection? I do, actually. I do. I have a couple. I like the tank style watches, and I'm gonna tell you this. I do at one point want to get the original. I do want to get a Cartier. I do, and this is what I'm talking about right now. I don't have the disposable income to afford a Cartier right now, but given if I had the chance right now, as far as part of my strategy for watches, and I have one for this year, and I don't mind telling you this, but like going forward, once we get out of this year, right? My plan is to hold back on the supporting micro brands, and I'm talking about financially. I still rock with micro brands. I'm still gonna go to the shows and stuff like that. But I want to take that money and actually buy a piece. A Cartier is one of those pieces. My grandfather had a Cartier before he died, and I don't know where that watch is. Don't know where it is. It didn't come to me. I know that. Somebody got it, but he had a Cartier, and I loved it. Right, my granddad was a carpenter, man. Raggedy, old 1984 Suburban, is beat up, man. It just smelled like rusty nickels, but man, he felt that Cartier had value enough to where, like, that was the most pristine out of all the junk that he had. That one watch in the space was just like, nope. Yep, that was it. It was perfect. It was still in the box. He'd take it out, dressed up for church, put it back in the box, going down, and everything else. He had a pocket watch, which was a tourbillon, and then like just his regular Casios and stuff like that. He was beating the brakes off watching, but that, yeah, I do want that at one point. I don't think the Five Families let that slide. Oh, hold on, wait. What am I missing? Plenty of olive skin. Okay. I had missed the whole conversation. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we placing bets in the chat? What's up? Eric Mack is in the building. Welcome in. Dang, you talking about let's go Pacers. Yes, sir. Guys, how about the new Swatch? Sabakwa. I haven't seen the new Swatch. I gotta check that out afterwards. Y'all killing me in the chat, bro. Dang, say they got JFK. I'm just saying. What's up, Rob? Robert Wood is in the building. That was an amazing show you guys had last night. Man. When Blake said they was throwing, you had to be there. Y'all had to be there. Throwing something off the roof. So I was like, what did he just say? That was hilarious. I was walking during y'all episode. That's why I wasn't talking as much. Getting my steps in. And oh my gosh. Man, y'all crazy. That's all. Man, y'all got to go over there, man. Watch Hangout, bro. Just catch if you ever caught an episode. Just check out episodes, man, or go back and watch replays and stuff like that. Last night was fun. It was funny. That was funny. Good morning, everybody saying good morning. I feel you. You know I have an AD in my pocket. Oh yeah. Right up the street from where I'm at. Been there, done that. My luxury watches bought after my lawsuit win, but I don't even wear them anymore because They have to unalive me to take her. And that is another interesting thing, man. Let me show you something, because everybody may not aspire to be to own a high-end watch. I'm not projecting for your life. I'm not projecting for your collection, but this is something I'm going to recommend. Not like this. I got this from going to an event. I went to Minutes and Hours, and I got this book, this magazine, and here let's just do this. I'm gonna tell you this. I've never heard of that watch company right there. Never heard. First time ever seen it. And I have looked at this book, but it's not, like, okay, so this is, check that out. You guys ever see that? I've never seen this watch before. It's interesting. I like it. I like the design of it. There's some more pieces. And this is the only thing I'm saying is not to go through the whole book, but what I'm saying is, like, going to these events and they have those magazines, pick them up, check them out, do the research, see if there's something that you want to jump into. Man, this thing does have a number of interesting looking watches, man. Like look at that, man. Look at that. That is crazy, man. That's Christopher Ward, the Bel Canto. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. But this is something that I highly recommend. Or you can go, if you want to hear about stories and stuff like. And I'm telling you, this book is it's a good read. Pretty interesting. There's some nice watches in here. One of the watches that I know there's two watches. There's two watches. Or two companies that people were down the hill about, saying that they are the best investment that you can get, right? And that is an Omega, of course, the Speedmaster, and then a Rolex, right? Just depends on which Rolex, though, man. So you can either be a Submariner or a Datejust, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on, I don't know, 1908, whatever floats your boat. But I think it comes down, I ain't gonna say think, it just comes down to what you are willing to do with your money and what you like. Learn. That was the one thing that, like I said, 2.5 years ago, I started learning what I liked the most and what I wanted, and I started thinking about the watches that I missed out on, and then that's when I started, getting on there. Now there was a strategy that I had for collecting micro brands. One was the criteria was, am I gonna wear it? I don't want to just buy it just to say, hey, I have it, because from heritage standpoint, when we talk about the tech and all in AP, there is, and that's something I learned about Patek today. I didn't know that, like, with each watch that you buy, right, you are attached to that watch. It's like getting a deed to the house, and that was something that, like, what Longines was doing back in the day, right? When they would sell, whoever they sold their watches to, they would document, right? But yeah, Patek, and I would imagine so, because that's not a cheap watch. That's not a cheap watch. But if you could, let me ask you this: if you had $70,000, $80,000 of disposable income, would you get a Patek? Would you, and super niche? These guys, just go check out the episode, because I learned some stuff this morning. I was like, man, I was interested. Which YouTube is another part of the strategy if you dare enter that. Let me get into the chat real quick. So I've been having more fun collecting homages and Seikos and Citizens. Do tell, swag. Do tell. There is a place for all of those things. I really, hold up, man. Do I have, matter of fact, you said homage? Let's do homage. I'm staying, okay, I'm staying on, I'm on par. Let me see, I'm 34 minutes, so I'm doing good. I got it out today. Oh yeah. My Panerai radio mirror homage piece. Got it out. Bach Mill 40. Nice watch. Inexpensive. Looks good. Feels good. Yeah, I think it's a pretty nice transition. Now, I understand that in the comment sections, it can get very dicey. And especially if you are one that if you do your watch crunch stuff, or no, if you go on Reddit and you post your watch on Reddit and it's one of those, oh yeah, you about to get heated up, man. Oh man, they about to Ginsu you in that thing, man. It's over with. However, that shouldn't deter you from what you like. Um, like the term said, Nerd with Swag said, I'm having fun collecting homages. It's inexpensive. You get to you really get to wear something that you feel is necessary for whatever reason. I don't know what your reason is, man. Maybe it's to match your shoes, cause I do that. I do that a lot, man. I knock this stuff out the box. Fossil put out a new watch with Shelby. Really? And don't get it twisted, man. I know Fossil's not a popular watch, according to some of the more professional or larger channels, man. But even though their sales are down, or have been down since 23 to 24, they still selling out the gym, man. I'm like right in front of them all outside of this store, restaurant. Yo, I'm talking about Fossil sales. People that's one watch that I could say, I didn't mention this before. I do see fossils out in the wild. I see a lot of fossils. Yes, I definitely do. Trap, sorry, our convo has nothing to do with what you're saying. What's some up? Longines, Mitos. Oh, this. Yeah, they locked up. That's okay.
Well, now you got
You know what? I'm not opposed to a cardiac course, but like when I do get it, it has to be. I got to get the mechanical. I have to get the mechanical because my like I said, my grandfather had the mechanical. His was mechanical because he used to let me, or he taught me how to wind it and not overwind. Sammy has the channel, so drop a question in the chat somewhere. No, mods is another. That's a whole different category too, man. To like strategize on how you want your. Because I mean, with modding, you can pretty much make the watch. I'm fine. I'm good. You can turn the watch into whatever you want. So if there's a movement, I mean, a company that you're inspired by, or you want to have, you can literally. There's a mod for every watch out there, for the most part. Except for I was looking at that Piaget, man. The thing's like 2 millimeters thin. I'm like, that's crazy work. I want to see one of those in the metal. I want to hold one of those watches. Like, so I don't know where I have to go to find one, but I'm definitely going. I got to see it. Boulevard has my attention right now. Okay, and I'm down with Boulevard. I love Boulevard. You should have been in the back room of the stream after the show. Oh man, I'd love to be a part of that. Love the Boulevard Surveyor. Yup, that's one of my favorites. Y'all want Rob? I promise, man. You know what? That's other thing too, man. It's like people don't realize, like, if you have a show, that the best work, like you guys did a great job, phenomenal job. But the best work is literally behind scenes. Oh my gosh, man, the stuff that's said back there. Yes, Hey, Luciano, I'm always working on something, man. I still want Omega. All right, I honestly, I want that annual calendar, man. That Protect, man. I want it, bro. And you know what? That Vacheron Overseas, man. I saw that thing. It's blue, but it kind of looked purplish. That thing expensive, man. That sucker is expensive. However, you know, I've kind of discarded with, you know, that same, like, man, that watch ain't worth that, man. You crazy. I don't want to spend that. Okay, you're not required or asked. I want it, you know, and if I get a chance to do it, if I have the disposable income, or like, here's the thing about the watch game. One thing I've seen is unless they align, but there's some people on YouTube that have been gifted. There was a guy that got gifted a Panerai. Panerai, if you ever gift me a watch, man, bruh, quit playing with me. I'll cry. I'll probably be in tears right here live because I really dig Panerai so much, man. And that's just, and even I don't care how many homage pieces I get. that does not deter me from wanting that watch, right? That I didn't bring it out with me, but I have a Doxa homage, a Doxa sub, and I'm thinking about getting another Doxa homage sub, and it really don't matter like what people say. It really don't. You know, now for you guys that if you're in the chat, right, and you don't have a channel, you may post on Instagram, and you may post some other places, but I've seen how devastating YouTube can be, and this is a part of strategy. I want to keep into because I got Leo on my head. Um, the strategy for watch collecting as a YouTuber, right? What you got to think about like who's doing what, right? So I'm looking at Super Niche is a channel that I recommend, right? Jody from Just One Watch is one that I recommend because he does like in. I get was Russell, the Mad Watch Collector, is another way. I mean, he's a Casio fanatic. You know, you got with Skyler. You know, he's a part of the mod community, even though like, and then like recently he got into Brew. I mean, there's so many different channels. Wrist Unwound, Timex Expert. You take a pick, and I just named some channels that I watch that I like, and I gained information from. But you got to think, what is their strategy on collecting? Because they have to present to you guys, right? And if you present, and I've presented watches, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a watch right now. This is my Invicta piece. You got to think, my whole basis behind doing YouTube was off of this brand and the people behind it. And you know, now look at this watch. When this watch first came out, you see that aventurine dial? That wasn't presented as aventurine back then, right? It was just like sparkly space rock or whatever. I don't know what it was called. But like now these terms coming out and you learn so much. And one thing I don't stray away from, you know, the Invicta stuff. I won't. And I understand people don't like it. I understand that, you know, this is a brand that is loathed across the planet. However, you can't deny the amount of people, the millions of people that have purchased, the hundreds of thousands that represent this brand on a regular basis, right? And they actually have elements. That's another thing too, while I'm staying on topic, is trends, sustainability, considering the movements, the materials and stuff like that. That's another part of your strategy. What do you need, or what is it that you want, rather? I ain't gonna say need. What is it that you want in a watch, and what are you willing to pay for it? This thing is tungsten, so it's heavy. So and it's already a big watch, right? Don't care. This whole thing, case, bracelet, tungsten, venturine dial, and it has a Swiss movement inside, the R150, Ronda R150. Watch everything, and the loom is actually pretty good for an Invicta. It's actually pretty good. Then you can never say that really, because Invicta's loom has been garbage for a long time. Even the watches that's based around loom is still like it don't last long. But this is something that you got to ask yourself: what would satisfy you right now, right? And this is all different price points, just perspective. $40,000 a year person versus $100,000 a year person. You can literally, the person that's making $40,000 does not have as much disposable income as the one with $100,000 in some cases, right? Unless you got an inheritance, you just make $40,000, and you're like, well, I got a couple grand I can spend, but like you can still get, no sir, my apologies. You can still get some of the same elements out of these watches, man. So if you're looking for stone dials, there's like micro brands. That's another reason why I like micro brands so much, is because let's go back to this definition of horology. If you just got here, I'll go over it again. Horology is the scientific study of time and the art of making instruments that indicate time. It involves designing, constructing, maintaining, repairing clocks, watches, and other timepieces. Horology is a specialized field that combines both technical and artistic aspects. And that is the biggest thing, the artistic aspects of the watch. And granted, let me see, who do I have in here? Let me show you something. I'm going to show you two watches that Zanea Watch Company, Meteorite dial, in the dive watch, 200 meters water resistance. Look at that engraving on the back of this watch. You have Look at that on the fly. You just press it, boom. It's there. Like it has all of the stuff that in a branding. Let's say this was an Omega, right? How much would this be? How much would this watch be if, let's say, the Seamaster had meteorite dial, on the fly adjustment, and like everything, sapphire crystal, the whole works, right? Screw down crown, all the specs, right? And it's 40 millimeter. Swiss made timepiece. I could say that this watch will probably hit you for like maybe what, $12,000, $13,000. I'm just being nice with it, because I know they do have some, and then they could have in precious metals, which Omega does. They have one that was like $41,000, man. But this watch will hit you for like $1,100. But then you'll think like, I don't know that company, so is it worth it? The value rests with you if you think it's worth it. Because I bought it, and I actually got a couple of comments. They're not negative, but they just say, hey man, I think you overpaid. You could have gotten XYZ. I can't buy meteorite in any watch with a Swiss movement in it for the price. What, like maybe what? Someone $500-$600? Okay, so we're talking. Let's see, San Martin. What? Man, Vic, I'm gonna get on you, bro. Yeah, and then I'm getting messages from other people. And then you have this piece right here. Is it necessary to have a power reserve on this watch? No, but it's still dope that you have it, and it's carbon, lightweight, and then you got leather. There's a lot of elements on this watch, and it was under $500. Or was it? No, it was $500. It was $500. Still, $500. Oh well, okay, it's cool. Sapphire crystal. There's a lot of elements that that you can get into. So if you do have that, or you could just say, you know what, I'm gonna save my money and buy that. Your strategy actually has to work for you. If you're impatient, you're going to buy watches. Now, then you're talking about super affordable. I can tell you this right now. Pagani Designs does not do the best when it comes to dive watches. They don't. Watch dives, though, however, like I have a few watch dive pieces. Phenomenal, man. I'm talking about spending $100. And you're like, I'm actually pleased with it, even with the NH35. Then you got watches with the PT5000. Still a high beat, but... Oh, thank you for the wrist shots. This is so dope, man. I'm getting like, man, I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that. Keep them coming. I'm no Tim Masu at all, but I know he does that. He'll acknowledge people for doing their wrist shots and stuff like that, man. But yeah, I appreciate that. Those pictures. I have 3 watches that I plan to buy this year. Hamilton, 2 Italian twine watches. Hey, send me a picture whenever you get them. Matter of fact, Watchman 54, man, we haven't done anything together in a long time, bro. If you game, man, let's schedule a time we can get on here and just talk watches, bro. I was driving, so I couldn't respond. You allow me? How can you get your hands on a collection that you allow me to borrow? Well, you have to come where I'm at, bro. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. Hey, you know what, Lee? I want to do a show with you too. I'm sick of you, Lee. We got to do a show together. Watch collect for fun, not investment. The watch market is a funny place. Nerd with swag. That's the other thing too. Is like, what type of collector are you? These strategies and things, and just like the little tips and tricks and stuff that I'm talking about, I'll refer you to YouTube, man, for some of these things, man. Do your research. Go to, like, Super Niche is one of the best places. I'm gonna say I like that channel. The other one, man, the guy that's at I'm gonna say the top of the food chain, Teddy Barbershop, because he hits a range of high end as well as low end and everything in between. And then because he mentions the micro brands, but then you have some of the, like, the watch dude. My watch dude does the AliExpress stuff, man. And don't sleep on AliExpress, man. For those that, if you don't like Hamas watches for whatever reason, don't listen to what I'm saying, because you're not gonna do it no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to encourage you, but I've never shopped off AliExpress. I normally go directly to whatever. So I'll go to Thorn on their website to see what they got. X dial, which, yeah, definitely. There's a couple of pieces that I am going to get. I'm just, biding my time. I'm not in a rush. But that's one thing I will say. If nothing else, if you have the money to buy multiple watches, man, I'll just recommend that you buy one at a time. Even if you got the money, buy one at a time and wear it and enjoy it. I had my time with this piece right here, wearing it. I know this watch is hated, and this watch is very difficult to see the time. You're looking like wrist check during live stream. Everybody with the wrist checks, yes sir. I'm getting wrist checks, man. I appreciate y'all for that. This watch is so dope. It's so big, man. It's so artistic, man. I think G-Shock did an amazing job with this watch because it doesn't look like anything else. It's just in your face. It's bright, man. Look at it, man. The camera is having a hard time. Even like my camera's like, what in the world is this? What's going on? Trap, help me. I can't focus, man. It's trying to adjust the colors for you to see it. But this watch is great. Oh, hold up. I don't see. Is it in the chat? Did I miss? Hold up. Am I missing something? Oh man, I was back. I was following the chat. I'm sorry. Wifey's in the building. What's up, wifey? DC he's not paying attention. I'm sorry. What time is it? All right. Yeah. Okay. I am long-winded. I ain't hard to find. You darn right. Hold on. All right, let's go ahead and land this plane. Trap, you get wrist checks from those in the restaurants too? Yeah, I do. Berea, ceramic Aragon for some dope pink dials. Yup, I agree with you. Those pink dials from Aragon are amazing. Yeah, Vic said he ain't buying nothing. Let's see. I can't drop the link on this one. I can't drop the link. Not on this one. I have to be in StreamYard to drop the link. Let me see. You're going to be a scientific study if you don't answer DC. Hey, bro. I ain't even know. I let the chat get away from me. I apologize for that. Yeah, I can't drop the link. So let me. Okay, well we're 53 minutes. Let me go ahead and land this plane real quick, man. Let me go ahead and let me get up out of here real quick. So now there's a reason for doing this show, right? I want to just go over stuff, and it's just my personal experience and stuff like that. But we talked about watches and stuff like that. What I wanted to, like I said in the beginning, I had an announcement to make. I am working with a friend here. They have, I guess, classes or a meeting for families that have gone through tragedy, right? And you guys know that my family is going through a very hard time, extremely hard time. So I have behind the scenes been talking to some people, and I came up with this. It's not, let's say, it's being formulated, right? So you guys know that if you're a member of this channel, that the money that we use here, I buy things for cancer survivors and things of that nature. Now, there's one tier that I have. It's called Lean Forward and Never Quit, right? That was my mantra when I was going through leadership training, right? And I got that term from when this boy right here was running track. He would slow down once he because he knew he had it. He would slow down, and I would tell him, no, lean into your win. I say, don't give up, because if the moment you take off, somebody can see that, you know what I'm saying? Because they behind you, and they can push. They may be exhausted once they cross the line, and that happened to them one day. He was running, and I seen him take off the gas because he had it. He could have came in first, came in second by like a split second. So that's the reason for that tear. Is literally a conversation I had with this little young man, and I used that during my training. Lean forward, never quit. So that's one of my tears, right? So what we're doing now and what I'm working on, the money that is used for the money that's used from the memberships, the super chats, anything that you guys contribute, and I was told to create a Patreon page, right? Still, I'm going to work that out to see how, because I want to get you guys to get the best value out of it. But the money that we have now, I'm going to start helping families that have experienced a loss due to homicides, right? I wasn't ready. There was a class already. I wasn't ready to go in this class because it's hard talking about it. But I agreed to go to this class to hear from other parents, to share my story. But they have, people don't understand when you live in life and something like this happen, that's out the blue. We talking watches. We talking about strategizing, putting money up for watches, or maybe you want your Jordan collection to be on point. Maybe you want rims for your car, so you put money to the side. So what I'm asking now is those that aren't members, consider to become a member, or a super chat, or if the organization is listed on one of my videos, I ask that you give to that. I am in the process of creating this. I'm in the beginning phases of creating this. I'm going to share something with you. And this isn't the easiest thing. So you guys heard of this, right? You've seen this. People's Magazine. Now, in this, for the most part, I've read People's Magazines before. It's telling stories about celebrities, and it's always joyous. Or there's some drama-filled stuff in there, like Prince Harry drops bombshell about blah, 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 whatever. But unfortunately for me and my family, People Magazine featured my son. So on page 40, starting on 44, tells the story of that young man. I don't care to share the rest of that page. This is our reality every day. But I was sitting at this one place, and I was talking to a guy that lost his son. And as he's talking to me, his eyes is watered up and stuff like that. And he said, the devastation about that is it's out the blue, and then you have to start getting stuff together. So what I'm asking you guys to do is, even if you don't do it yourself, please share this news and let people know that I am in the beginning phases of an organization that's going to help people, as well as my granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to solidify her future. You guys, there are some of you guys that have sent money. You guys have sent things for her, right? And I appreciate that. But this is very important to me because, after talking to a few people in my city and just listening to the stories of not being able to properly bury, or trying to pick up the pieces, trying to handle their kids' finances. You shouldn't have to try to finance your kids' situation in this because of somebody's evil intent, right? So I'm going to ask you guys to just, help with this. Help with this, So you can become a member, you can super chat, or when I drop the link to the organization, once we get the organization started, there are organizations that's doing it right now, but this is something I want to have my hands in. And I got people that's helping me right now. We're in the beginning stages, and I will keep you guys updated. So with that, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate the super chat, Oscar. No, I can't. No. If you didn't, I can't drop the link. I can't. Not on this. I can't on this platform. I can't. I'll just call you once I'm done. Hold on. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't do it on this one. I'm not on StreamYard anymore. I'm on their actual. Okay. Trapvision. I realize that that's the one thing that I have, man. I'm gonna always honor this boy's name, you know, and each parent that I talk to, man. Gosh, man, I know some of them watch. They don't comment. Some of them watch, and I've had talks with it. This is hard, man. This is hard. And just listen to somebody else's story. Then I realized that, like, I found out a close friend of mine, his son was murdered just for, like, he was trying to protect his girlfriend at a party last year. I think it was last year. It had nothing to do with that couple. They were just there. The guys came up for something else and they just sprayed, and he threw her down or whatever, trying to keep her, and he ended up losing his life protecting her. And this is a guy that I went to high school with, you know, and just listening to him, I'm like, man, that's crazy. That is crazy, you know. So I do want to, you know, do my due diligence on helping. So I'm going to ask that you guys share this information out. And I don't expect, you know what I'm saying, like, the thing about it, like, our money's tight right now. I get it, you know what I'm saying. All of the things that have been, as far as our economy is going. Some people lost jobs. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but just share this out to other people. Anybody want to contribute, their dollars, every dollar is accounted for, and they will see where their money is going. You know, I want to give you guys the best benefit by you supporting and stuff like that. So just a share, contribute, or when I drop the link, I'll ask that you guys contribute whatever it is. And it's just like the Cancer Society, whatever dollar amount. You know, I had, I'll never forget, I said that, and somebody put 20 cents in. I said, hey, that's all they had. You know, I thought it was funny. I was like, man, bro, it's going to take 11 cents just to process that, you know. But, yeah, I just asked for that part. And we're done. We've been on for an hour. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys have fun, or hope this was somewhat informative and all that. So, appreciate y'all. I'm out. Until the next lightning strike, man, y'all be blessed. Thought I was out of here.